What's up, everybody? I need y'all to watch the entire video, alright? This is 23 minutes of pure entertainment. You know, you gotta have fun with this shit. Now, this interior finisher that you see walking up in this nice, lovely suit that I have on, it's a work in progress build. It's not the build I'm gonna be using in today's video. As you see, the nice afro. Alright, interior finisher, I plan on dunking on everybody. That's why I made this guy, so I can just dunk it every chance I get. But that's about it. The build I'm using today is a two-way floor general. The team we're going against today is Fire. Alright, this is a team that's competing for regionals. You might not believe me, but you'll see. They're competing for regionals, so. The thing I love about this game is the setup of it, alright? This is Sunday morning. Team hopped on early. We just trying to get a few runs in before we do whatever for the rest of the day. Football games coming on later. Things like that, you know? And it's a nice suit, man. Alright, enough of that. But matching up like this as opposed to actually setting up like a best of 3 series, as you see, we're going up against Up Next 2K, led by Al Flacco. Al Flacco is a professional 2K gamer. Professional. Alright, so his team is a professional team. Like I said, they're competing in regionals. You can actually check it out on Twitch. You know, go look back at it, watch the games. They actually competed against some of the top teams in the world to try to, you know, win some money, because that's what professional teams do. And so in this particular matchup, what I want to be able to do is control the entire game with my two-way floor general. My two-way floor general has no shooting, no mid-range, no three-pointer, free throw at 60. I have a 99 post control. That's not to be confused with like a 99 hook shot or nothing like that. It's just 99 post control. The reason why I have that is so I can get Unpluckable Hall of Fame, Quick First Step Hall of Fame. Alright. Which I wish I can actually maximize the build even more, but like, for me to make the build the way I want to offensively, I would have to lose so much defense that to me is not worth it. That's just to me. Like, I would want this build actually to have at least about a 70 mid-range so I can be respectable, which makes you have to guard me no matter where I'm at on the floor. I also want more of a close shot so I can have a higher hook shot. And I would want higher pass accuracy. My pass accuracy 86, which is really high, but I would want it around 90, 92, just so I can pass the ball a lot faster than what I do now. Alright, but to do that, I would have had to lose my blocking ability. Probably wouldn't have been able to have as much perimeter defense. Rebounding is probably like the only thing I really could have put up. And don't get me wrong, if I was going to sit corner the way I am right now, it probably could work, maybe. But I'm too important defensively to just sit back and try to watch my teammates, you know, do what they do. I appreciate everybody stepping up on that end of the floor, though, because, like I said, this is just us casually coming in playing. This group actually, like, I don't even believe this five has played team. Like, this particular five has played team together before. I know everybody on the roster has played team at least once, but, you know, everybody's using different builds. Like, Cincy, he's on a different build than what I'm used to. RDH Hawk just created this build. You know, Loco, I'm seeing what he does as a lockdown. I hate using the term lockdown, but I'm seeing what he does as the primary defender on the point guard. And, you know, we're just trying to make it work. It's very hard to take a player who can't shoot and trust them and be like, okay, I trust that you can do enough to help us get the win. And it's like, what do I have to do to help that, knowing that I can't shoot the ball? Well, I gotta be a great passer, gotta be a great defender, and now I have to do more work to help my team get extra possessions, so I gotta be able to rebound the ball. Mainly offensive rebounds. Defensive rebounding, when you have a team like mine, because we don't use a traditional center, right? The team we're going up against, center probably got 99 rebound and 99 blocking. We don't use a center. The reason why I quit using the center is because they take up a lot of space in the paint, and I need the paint free in order to run the style offense I want to in the 5-out. All right, 5-out is not necessarily about having 5 guys that can shoot the ball. 5-out is about leveraging the space that you have underneath the rim to manipulate the defense to either giving you an open layup or an open three-point attempt. That's why you run 5-out. You either want a layup or a three-point attempt. What makes the 5-out even better is when those three-point shooters learn how to take mid-range jump shots. Because at that point, the offense is unstoppable. You can't do nothing to defend it. So, and after playing this particular game, this is why I started working on my interior finisher. Because even though I'm pretty proud of the way we played, win, lose, or draw, I figure if I could at least dunk the ball every single time or add a mid-range to my game, you know, I kind of have a build similar to this when the game first came out, but you know, as you play the game, you learn more about it. You just adjust to make a better build. And that's all I've been doing. I've seen what we're good at. Even though I got Hall of Fame unpluckable, I'm still getting plucked. So maybe Hall of Fame unpluckable ain't all that to me. Maybe I can survive with gold. All right, now I have silver clamp breaker. And even though I'm cool in the post, maybe if I go back to having gold, I could be fine with that. So it's just trying to fine tune what you know about your team to be good. What I want to be able to do when we play these games is grab offensive rebounds, dunk the ball every single time, and as long as I can do that, I feel like we can compete with any team out there. Now, the crazy thing about this particular game is I'm pretty sure if we matched up against this team in a best-of-3 scenario, we probably would have lost 2 straight. All right, that's no knock on my team. My team is very good. As you can see, us competing against a top-level team, top-level competition. But for anybody that's kind of like my team where you know you're good, but you don't really know how good you are because you're not playing against the 2K League pros, you're not playing against these other top teams all the time. Like, if you're not competing in the WR, HOF, or those overnight tournaments and things like that, if you're not competing pretty much for money, and you're just a pretty solid team, you don't really know how good your team is or how they stack up against top level competition, how they're going to perform, you know, when the pressure's on. In playing this team that we're going up against in the best-of-3 series, I promise you the pressure would have been on. You know, it would have been very tough after playing them the first time. So the first time you play against a team, they don't know how you play, you know, so they don't really have time to adjust until the next game. Like, you make minor adjustments throughout the game, but for the most part, it's your first time seeing a game plan. Like, for us, most of the time we go against the meta. And I'm not saying my team is designed to beat the meta, but at the same time, if a team plays 2-3, we are designed to beat 2-3. We play 5-out. 5-out beats 2-3. Teams like to shoot a lot of threes. We're around virtually the same size, so it's easy for us to switch. Switching takes away threes. So we're pretty much built for the worst case scenario, no matter what a team runs. Like, even if a team wants to run a post score, we live with the fact that you're going to take more 2s than 3s, and we probably can outshoot you. You know, if you have a post score, it's going to be very hard for them to play defense on the perimeter, which means you can manipulate the defense into getting wide open 3s. So that's what we're built to do. We're built to go against anything that comes our way. Me personally, I always went against the meta over all these years. You know, so when the meta was 5-out, I was running 4-1 pick and roll like this team is, or I was running 3-2, 3-out, 2 in, running 2 bigs. When it switched to 4-1 pick and roll, I went to 5-out, but now, just from a strategy standpoint, I believe 5-out is the hardest thing to beat. If you got a player who's good enough to beat their defender one-on-one and can make the right pass every time the defense rotates, I believe that's the toughest thing to beat. Because what it forces a team to do is try to figure out the right defender to put on somebody. So that's what I'm looking at. Like I said, I played this game with my two-way floor general. Now I'm working on this interior finisher. Why? Because I felt like if I can go down there and dunk the ball about 85% of the time, if I can go down there and just get a dunk, no matter who's down there, I can use the right stick, get a contact dunk, and make it. Now they have to decide who they want to put on me. If they want to put the center on me and just sit in the paint, well, cool. Now my interior finisher will have a mid-range that allows me to force the big man to come out and actually guard me. And if he actually guards me, this will blow by damn near every single time. If they put a smaller player on me, well, the same strategy always works. I can run ace, which is pretty much a give and go for my team. That's what we call it. And there's other plays I can do to leverage them putting certain defenders on me. Even if they want to put that 99 steal, 97 perimeter defense lockdown on me, I'm good enough 1v1 to get around that because I practice in the 1v1 court. I already know how to deal with that. All I got to do from there is be able to see the rotation and make the right pass, and my team got to be able to step up and make the right decision after that. All right. The better we can get at playing perfect, the harder we're going to be to beat. Playing perfect does not mean making every single jump shot. It doesn't. All right, there's a confusion. When I say play perfect, I don't mean we got to be perfect at scoring. What I mean is we have to be perfect in execution. All right, perfect means not missing any defensive rotations. Right, because that's the one thing you can control. You can't control how you play defense. All right, missed shots is part of the game, so you can't really control whether you miss or make it. All you can do is shoot an open shot, hope for the best. But it's taking the right shot, not taking a bad one. It's seeing the next pass if the next pass is available. It's running the offense the way it was designed to be ran without everybody cutting and moving. Right? It's times where I'm going to call those things out, and I do need to get better at play calling, but it's a time for all those things. So if you can learn how to play perfect, that will limit the losses that you'll have against a team that's pretty good, like the one we're going against now. So what actually is working for us in this particular game is we're allowing the big man to score. All right, if you watch this game back or if you start paying attention to what's happening, what we're doing against a team of this caliber when they have a point guard that could probably drop 30 easy, we're allowing the big man to score. Now, of course, we ain't making it easy. You know, we are rotating to try to make him pass out and try to force him to be more of a playmaker. But for the most part, his points are going to be relatively easy versus the rest of the people on his team. All right, every time they make a pass, boxing out the big man, we just have to do a better job of securing the defensive rebound. Right? The way these teams are set up, they possibly have 2 or 3 people that will have a 99 rebound. So it's very important that you have certain badges like Box Out Beast. The reason why I reworked my builds is to make sure I have Box Out Beast Hall of Fame. So I don't have to jump with the big man to try to get the board. I just got to keep him from getting it, which is important. And then, if those rotations are good and we're forcing other people to play make, as you see Loco is doing a great job of just chasing the point guard, and we're trying to bait them into bad passes, get out on the break and run. And the better we can do that, you know, that's what I mean by playing perfect. I do think we need to capitalize a little bit more on just my ability to get past the defender and actually score. Because the more you do that to a defense, the more they have to decide what they want to give up. Eventually, if you make enough easy buckets, just enough easy ones, eventually, I promise you, eventually, the team is going to get tired of layups continuously happening to the point where they're going to help somewhere, and you just got to be prepared to shoot when they do. All right? Such as right now, I throw the ball to the corner. The reason why I'm able to get that easy bucket is because the center cannot drop in a 1v1 scenario. He can't. If he backs up too much, he's giving my shooter a wide open three ball. He can't do that. And because he can't do that, I'm free to go down the paint and score. Now, the only thing this team can really do to stop that is to put a defender on me that's going to pretty much have a 99 block, high interior defense, try to force me into a bad spot. All right. I just appreciate the fact that my team actually stepped up. As you see right now, third quarters is normally the struggle quarter. We're up 42-28. The reason being, we're playing solid defense. We're not making them comfortable. Again, we're going to have to figure out what we can do better to get more rebounds, and it just comes from, boxing out properly, making sure to keep the big man off the glass, make sure we're able to secure the rebound before we just take off and run. And as long as we can do that, we'll be fine. So, even though this 5 ain't never really played before, for us to play against a team of this magnitude, I just felt like the sky's the limit. Maybe it is time for us to start competing in WR, HOF, all these other big-time leagues. The problem with that is, one, it costs money, and I do not want to debate people about money. So when it came to that, I always been the one to pretty much pay for my entire team. And the problem with that is, I'm invested, but it's hard to get my teammates invested. They have nothing to lose. So I believe UHA was the first time I made my teammates play, and we actually have a far more positive result. And it's like, for me, how many times do I want to ask these guys to pay for leagues? Right, I always want to compete, but I want my entire team to be invested. I have a group of 12 guys. I need one more member on my team to really secure it, but I had 12 guys who all probably want to play, and if all 12 of us play, then, it's going to be some games where everybody ain't going to really get a chance to play. And we have to be unselfish enough to be like, okay, this guy can play this time, this guy can play that time, because, if you put your money into it, you want to play. You want to get out there and play some games. You want to see your team compete and actually try to win. That's what makes it fun. And it's like, yes, there are a lot of leagues out there, and there's some good money out there we can actually win, but how many times do we really want to put ourselves in that position to where we're paying for these leagues and not possibly winning them? And it was more payouts out there available, then yeah. Or if there's like a beginner tournament or something like that against some of these top teams, then yeah, I possibly want to get into that, but that's the only thing that's really held me back. It's not like money is an issue for anybody on the team or anything. It's just, once you put money into something, that commitment is there. Like, you can't break that commitment. We kind of have the situation in UHA where, we in a big game and somebody couldn't make it at the last minute. So the next person got to be willing to step up and be able to fulfill the same role that we've been using all season long. So that's all it's going to come down to. I mean, maybe we're at that point. I'll talk to my guys and see how they feel about it, because this is a big game. Now, as you're going to see in the fourth quarter, it's going to show our inexperience in the game. Right? Because we had a pretty sizable lead. To be honest with you, I'm pretty sure this team that we were going up against was looking at us like, there's no way any team should be competing with us when we're on the regional level. Like, especially some team that they don't know about. Like, it ain't like I'm on the leaderboards or anything. We mainly play rec, and my guys are mainly into leveling up, hitting level 40, getting the rewards and stuff. So it ain't like we're grinding pro-am like that. Which is like, sometimes we come in here, people's shots be off. And I don't really trip off of it. I just expect everybody to play the best way that they can. but this shows our inexperience. This is the part where I'm like, I don't know, because there's no way we have a big lead like the one we just seen us have, and you're gonna watch this league slowly but surely go away. Alright, it's like, for some reason, don't get me wrong, the team made great adjustments, but for us to have that sizable lead, you know, we damn near up 10, you know, we was up almost 20 points at one point. And the fact that we couldn't figure out how to score and keep them from getting on the break, like, look at this. You know, part of me probably should have called a timeout in these moments, but we was up so much, I just figured there's no way we can lose this game. Like, just being honest with you, that's how I felt. I was just like, man, there's no way. Now, I'm trying some of my best moves against this guy, and as you can see, he has 99 block and probably like a 95 interior or something, because I could not score on him. And without me being able to get a consistent bucket down the stretch, you know, somebody else at that point has to be the go-to guy. And looking at the teammates I have right now, I don't have one of those type of scorers. Normally, either King or Montage or Famous, one of those guys would be the scorers. And I can just look to them in these situations, have them break somebody down one-on-one and go get a bucket. But as you can see down the stretch, even though we're making some pretty decent plays, we're missing. You know, now we're in scramble mode defensively. You know, all it takes is one big shot, as you see a wide open three right there. You know, we can't secure the boards. And it's just the inexperienced portion of it. When you have a team on the brink of losing, you have to be able to put them away. You know, as you see another offensive rebound into another bucket, you have to be able to put them away. We was up double digits, and now it's just a 6-point ball game. Inexperience. You know, this is why I say watch the entire video, because just because it looked like one thing don't mean it was that. Alright, so now I'm at a point where I'm trying to get the spacing down so I can make a play. Right now we're forcing shots, taking bad shots. When you can't score in these situations, the best thing to do is to take the clock away, so you don't have to necessarily put up a jump shot. As you can see now, the score is 52-51. It's a 1-point ball game. Right now, just trying to work to get the ball up the court. You know, I'm gonna find my teammate open, and I end up picking up 3 seconds waiting for things to move. I couldn't get out the paint in time. They're gonna wrap. They're gonna hit the big man for a wide open bucket, and now we're down. So we had the lead for the entire third and fourth quarter. Thankfully, we was able to make a play towards the end, but inexperience, man. Gotta get better, but I'm happy because look at the team we competed against. That's what really matters. Being able to pull off a dub like that, we can beat anybody as long as we play our game. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. It was a lot of fun. Big shout out to the team, RDH Hawk with the game winner. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.